So the big question today is, should you post your new relationship on social media? Today, I'll be sharing 3 reasons why maybe you should and 3 reasons why maybe you shouldn't. My name is Joan Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. So before we go into whether you should or you shouldn't, the truth of the matter is that there's different motivations for people wanting to post on social media. I personally don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I think that the motivation behind it can be seen as whether it is positive or negative, and it's up to you to decide. Again, life is too short to be worried about what people think or what people don't think. So before I go into why you should or you shouldn't, maybe ask yourself why you want to post on social media or why you don't want to post on social media. So I'll go into why you should. And my number one reason is to save you from heartache. So I remember maybe now 15 years ago, I had just gotten into this relationship. It was a pretty good relationship, but it was really fast. Things were moving very, very quickly. And we were proceeding at an astronomical rate, right? And so after about a couple of weeks, he was already like, oh, I want us to get married. I want to spend the rest of our lives together, yada, yada, yada. And all the things that we love to hear, whether it's true or not. Anywho, I decided to post a picture of us on vacation because we had gone away on vacation, and I posted it on social media. And lo and behold, the original owner came calling for her man. So he wasn't married, but he was engaged to some other lady. And trust me, it was not an easy situation because it got really, really messy. Parents got involved. It did not end well. And I could have saved myself from that heartache maybe if I had posted him a lot earlier, because the real owner would have come for him. Or, in this world where we're so connected and it's such a small world, someone always knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So for me, it will save you a lot of heartache and pain. Reason number 1 why you should post your new relationship. The second one for me is about more sharing experiences, sharing precious moments, and also celebrating the person. I know how I feel when I get posted. I feel cherished, I feel seen, not so much validation, but I just see it as a form of endearment, a form of a way of saying you're precious to me. I do recognize you, I see you, you're special, and I want the world to know that you're special to me. That's probably my primary reason for posting on social media. It's about the person I'm posting, not so much about who is going to see it. So I always tag, because what's the point of posting somebody if you're not going to tag them? So for me, that is my number 1 reason why you should, because people do love to see themselves. They love to see a surprising picture of themselves, maybe with some beautiful caption about how that moment was really, really special to them. So that's one way to show your partner that you do love them, or you cherish them, or that you do love where the relationship is headed. The third point for me why you should is, in this age where divorce is seen as the biggest sin that you probably could commit in your life and you were bound to hell. Well, I've seen some guy on my Facebook constantly telling me that. But if you've been through a lot of painful relationships, you've been through a lot of trauma, the world has beat you down, you probably beat yourself down too. And now you have found something special against all the odds, against what everyone has said is impossible, against what even your belief system could conjure in your mind. And now this is an opportunity to show others like you who have been through what you're going through, or who are going through it right now. And you want to inspire them. Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? I know how many people still think till date. In fact, once they get divorced, they leave social media because now they feel that there's just way too much pressure. Oh, I'm not going to find anybody. I'm going to be alone. Some people don't even want people to know that they're divorced. Can you beat that? So if you've been able to find love again, especially if you've been through a lot of rough times, I find it inspirational. I find it empowering. I find it motivating to say, wow, if it can happen for Stellar, then it can definitely happen for me too. I use that as a point of contact. Let me borrow the religious term. So for me, I find it very motivating and inspiring. And the reason why I post is because, look, I know it's not easy. The older you get, the harder it is to find someone. and to really find somebody who you connect with and you click with. For me, I'm beyond thinking about, it has to last forever. You can go listen to my podcast of yesterday. For me, it is this is the moment. I live in the present. This is what is happening in my life, and you can have it too. Never doubt that for yourself. And if you need some form of encouragement, feel free to come to my page, and you should feel inspired to know that you too can have it, or even have better. For me, it's not about having less than me. No, you can have better too. But it's just about knowing that there is a possibility that it's achievable. So for me, those are the 3 reasons why you should share. And now I'll move on to 3 reasons maybe why you shouldn't share. The first one is the opposite of the first one I was talking about, which is if you're doing it to show off or to seek validation, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Like, I find it very, especially, I did it in my marriage. Trust me, I would post pictures even though things were way south. Things were not working out. So I used that as an escape to fool who, I don't know who I was fooling. I think I was only fooling myself. But I was posting so that people will validate and say, oh, congrats, you guys look so good together. Oh, your marriage looks beautiful. And then somehow I'd convince myself that the marriage is working. Wow. I think back now and I'm like, geez, Joan, how far you've come. So if the reason why you're posting is just to show off, or to prove that you're better than anybody else, or maybe to prove to your ex that you could move on, I don't think that's a good reason to post. There's a lot of negative energy with that kind of mindset. And the repercussions, good luck with that one. So that's my number 1 reason. If you're doing it to seek validation or to show off, that's a no-no for me. The second one why you shouldn't post is if the relationship is still brand new and you're not yet official. Why are you posting this person? Like, who needs this pressure? So, you just met, you're trying to figure things out, you're trying to get to know the person and know whether you want to have something long-term with it, and boom, the person posts you on social media. Then people are asking you, oh, I didn't know that you know Joan. What's up with you and Joan? Are you guys an item? Or congrats? Like, I know I posted pictures of myself and Davide earlier on. It was about our new business. And people are saying, oh, congrats on your wedding. I'm like, this is a business post. What are you talking about? So there could be a lot of pressure when you post somebody, especially when you're not yet fully official. So before you go posting someone, first of all, again, make sure that they're okay with being posted, because some people just like their privacy and they don't like it. They don't like it, period. Respect that. But also, if you're not official with someone, what are you announcing? What are we seeing? That you went out and had a good... so please don't. You don't need that unnecessary pressure on yourself, because guess what? You're going to attract a lot of comments. And you got to be ready to listen to those comments, right? So that's one reason why you shouldn't. The second one. And then the third one is around exes and family dynamics. Let me call it that. So I don't have kids from my previous relationships or marriage. So it's easy for me to post because I expect all my exes to be happy that I've moved on, right? But for some people, it might just be brand new. It might be a divorce after 20 years of marriage. You might have teenage kids who are on social media, right? If a relationship is just starting out, maybe that's not the best point to start posting someone. You have to still think about the feelings of your family members, your kids, and maybe even your ex if your divorce is still being processed. So maybe at that point, I'll say maybe wait a little bit. Doesn't mean don't ever post. Why shouldn't you? You're moving on with your life. But maybe consider other people's feelings, especially if it's still brand new. The divorce is still brand new, or the separation or the breakup is still brand new, before you start posting on social media. So for me, those are the 3 reasons why you should and 3 reasons why you shouldn't. But again, at the end of the day, it's up to you and the person. We're all different. We don't owe anybody any explanation. We need to do what makes our hearts leap for joy. Life is too freaking short to care what other people think. And when you've crossed 40, you don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks. So you do you, boo. If you want to post him, you go ahead and post him. But make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and you have his permission. And same goes for fellows as well. If you want to post her, you go ahead and do it. But again, make sure that you do have their permission to post you and that it's official, because or else people are going to be asking you questions. Thank you for listening to today's episode on the Second Chances podcast, A Love Journey in Black and White. I will see you same time tomorrow. Until then, sending you love and light.